So yesterday I didn't have anything to record after a certain point, so I was just like, forget it. And this period this month hit me like a freight train. She came with all the symptoms. So today is Vlogmas Day 19. Like I said, I am past the point that I was last year in 2024. I stopped at Vlogmas 15 last year. So I think that's probably another reason why I'm kind of struggling, because I didn't go this far last year. Um, so we're celebrating Christmas. Technically, we're celebrating Christmas on Vlogmas Day 21. So I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I started Vlogmas early this year. I started it one day early. So technically these vlogs are a day ahead. The reason why I had is because at that time, which is something I need to talk about. At that time, I was starting a new job, and I knew that the next day, which would have been Vlogmas Day 1, was not possible for me. I wasn't going to be able to vlog because I had heavy training. So I technically started vlogging on November 31st, whatever was the last day of November. So about that job thing. So when I went to the initial interview, it sounded like a really, really great job. So not that I have to say anything, but I am not just blowing jobs off just to be a total dumbass. I've just had a string of bad luck when it comes to trying to get a job. I was so excited. It was going to be super easy. It wasn't going to be hard. I was amped. Like, I was ready to go. I'm going to back up a bit because you guys can't really see me. The day after my interview, my boss, what would have been my boss, she calls me, and she had like this kind of weird tone, and I was like, oh no, something happened. I didn't get the job, or somebody more qualified came in and she gave them the job. She calls me and she started mentioning, you guys, one second, I have to so I lost my eyelash curler. Found it. She calls me the next day and she's like, hey, by the way, so our pay is not, it had something to do with direct deposit, which most places do direct deposit. And I was fully prepared because I have Chime. So I was like, whatever. She was being kind of iffy about it, and I thought that was weird. So that was a red flag for me. So then she leads into something else, and she was like, hey, I also want to let you know that you're only going to be working like maybe an hour and a half, like 2 hours, twice a week. Everything was kind of just like wibbly wobbly, and it didn't seem like the job was going to be like a career. At least I didn't think so. This is the part that I didn't understand. When she gave me, I probably should start doing my eyes. When she gave me the interview, she told me that her plans were whoever she was hiring as the receptionist, they were going to be taking on, within a couple of months, they were going to be like taking on office manager duties. So basically, I was going to become an office manager. And she said that I was going to start getting trained for it during the days that I worked. Well, the problem was that she had said was that my hours were only going to be like 1 to 2 hours a week, max, twice a week. So Mondays and Wednesdays I would have went in. That's not a lot of training to be an office manager. I have no experience being an office manager. And she wanted me to start doing this job within the next matter of months. I think it was like around Valentine's Day she wanted me to do it. So I'm getting more heated. I'm getting more nervous. And I'm like, okay, so basically none of this stuff was mentioned to me during the initial interview. And then she gave me the job. I'm kind of irritated right now. I do have a lot going on at home, as most of my subscribers know. I have a disabled son. He has therapy appointments, psychiatric appointments, and then stuff happens that I have to attend to. So it was really hard for me when she did that, because I was like, I schedule my life to the T. Like, I schedule everything. Everything's written down in calendars and my cell phone, and So I don't have the lifestyle to just do things on a whim. Like, I have to make sure everything's scheduled, everything's written down. So I was a little I was irritated, because to get me so amped up about this job and then finding out all these minor details after the fact, but they weren't really minor. They were big deals. One of them affected my pay. So after everything was said and done, I sat down, I talked to my husband, and, I just made up my own mind that it wasn't going to work. The job wasn't going to work at all. So, and unfortunately, I had to walk away from that because of miscommunication and just not enough hours, not enough like routine, not enough, scheduling ahead, things like that. It was kind of like all over the place. I really wasn't prepared to be an office manager, but it wasn't. So, wow, this eyelash today does not want to cooperate. So the one thing, we're done with that. So the one thing I noticed about this mascara, the Better Than Sex, it flakes really, really bad at the end of the day. And I'm not sure, but I think it ripped out a section of my eyelashes. I was driving the other day and I was trying to find a parking spot, and I was like in a situation that was kind of iffy, and my mascara, which is this, was like crumbling in my eyes on its own. And I'm like, what is going on? So I keep trying to give this thing a chance. Like, I'm like, okay, I got this for Christmas. I'm going to keep giving it a chance. I know popular YouTubers that use this, like, and they use it a lot. So, like I said, I'm not going to be purchasing this again. The Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. It's like literally this, which is pretty much gone, is my L'Oreal Paris Air Volume Mega Mascara. I think I paid about $9 for this, maybe a little bit more. Actually, I got this for sale. It was a holiday sale, and it was only $3. $3. I purchased it from Target. I had to ask. I don't know if I'm being blocked by my curtain. I am. Sorry. I'm gonna move you guys apart. Oh my God. I literally asked the guy 2 times. I said, are you kidding? Is this a price like screw up or something? He was like, no, it's $3. I was like, $3? I said, do you know how much this mascara costs? He goes, yeah, they're just trying to like organize the shelves. I was like, when do you guys do this? Let me know. When do you guys start organizing shelves? So Vlogmas Day 19. Today I have to go to an appointment for my son, my oldest son. He has a psychiatric appointment. We had to go talk to her. We got to get all that situated. So I may or may not film. We'll see. So I ended up getting these LED lights for Christmas. They did not want to stay. I actually purchased these from my local hardware store. They are garbage. I don't know. I wish I knew the brand name, but I don't. So everybody knows that with LED lights, you're supposed to take, like, it has an adhesive background. You're supposed to just, like, stick it to your wall or ceiling or whatever. These did not. They did not want to stick at all. We ended up using, as you can see, we ended up using Gorilla Tape to actually make them stay. But then I woke up the one morning, the Gorilla Tape, they fell off the Gorilla Tape. And now they don't want to work at all. So I'm seriously debating on just taking them down completely, but I hate it because it's such a vibe, like having them in my room. Because sometimes I don't like using the overhead light. I don't use my overhead light at all. I don't know what to do. I don't know. Doing his inspection. It's exactly what his mom used to do.